Hello Sagittarius, E-Ray Taronic here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers as well as broadcaster of astrology. First, I'd like to thank you for being here with me today, lending me your ears, your eyes, and your time. I know it is valuable. Therefore, I will be sharing valuable information with you that will help you to navigate the week's upcoming challenges, take advantage of the assistance and opportunities aspecting you, and you'll even be able to look forward to the blessings. Now, this is a weekly update, so it ranges from the 15th until the 21st. I implore you to watch your sun, moon, and rising sign videos as they all paint a clearer picture of what you'll actually be dealing with for the week. Now, if you don't know all of your aspects or you require a tarot reading, you can always email me at mentalchattermusings@gmail.com or you can Facebook Messenger me. Either way, I'm available. Now, this month, Mental Chatter Musings is spotlighting none other than creative genius and Essence best-selling author Tashonda Whitaker, as well as her most recent novel, Role Play. If you check out the newsletter, which I'll attach to the down bar here, or you can find it on my website, eraybooks.com, I would love for you to tap into the sneak peeks she has for you. There is one to read and also a different one to listen to. So definitely tap into those before you take in the full Monty. Read and review, of course, it is the bookish thing to do. Now, along with that, Mental Chatter Musings is actually giving away a couple of books this month as well. One is my new psychological thriller that just released officially on August the 3rd. It's a psychological thriller, but it adds a bit of the paranormal and love in the mix. And I actually want to talk to you about this as well a little more after I announce our next book giveaway, which is actually happening this upcoming week. It is Never Again No More by the illustrious author Untamed. There is a video presentation on my timeline at author E-Ray Taronic on Facebook for Never Again No More that includes the synopsis, so definitely check it out. Now, in addition to that, please, please, please do not forget to vote for the LCA 21 awards. If you go to Facebook and you put in all capitals LCA 21 voting awards, or you simply go to my book page, E-Ray Taronic, you can actually go down to the voting post and you can vote for the LCA 21 awards. Deadliest Intuition was actually nominated for Best Plot Twist. I am extremely honored and humbled even to be in the bracket competing against, or not competing, but sitting next to these other authors. My craft being up there is humbling. So thank you so much to those who have already voted and those who intend on going to vote. I appreciate you guys. The love and support is definitely recognized. Thank you. Now, on Clubhouse, Diane Rambert will be back on August the 29th with author Quan to discuss Animal 5. But in the meantime, you can still check out Freestyle Friday with the Facebook group ICU Reading and Chatting. It's where authors give you their impromptu freestyles according to a subject of the lady's choosing. If you'd like to be an artist for Freestyle Friday or to participate in Freestyle Friday, you contact Ebony Evans. She's the president of ICU Reading and Chatting Book Club. If you go on there and you check out last Friday's, I was actually one of the featured artists last Friday, so you can check out my freestyle. Now, this week is the last week with the Sun in Leo. It's the last week of being where it is completely exalted in its home sign. Venus also transitions into our sector of partnerships and open enemy, so it comes home to Libra as well. If you have any placements within 3 degrees more or less than the degree that I mentioned, then you know these transits will affect you more heavily. So as the planet moves across your nodes or near your nodes, it starts to affect you, and as it moves away, the effects of it wanes, okay? Now on Sunday, August the 15th, today, Leo is at 23 degrees. It's squaring the moon in Scorpio. So for you, Sagittarius, the moon is in Scorpio. That's your sector of secrets, sacrifice, and solitude. And it's squaring what you think and what you preach. It's squaring your education and skills. It's squaring your you at a distance from you. So either you're having complications behind the scenes with people at a distance from you, or people just behind the scenes are just not really vibing with what it is you're saying today. So you want to make sure that you manage your ups and downs. You can find that some people are kind of moody today. If you come against some setbacks, there are other opportunities where you would least expect them. Okay, so don't let it get you down. Keep your temper in check today, or your energies in check. Okay. Now on Monday the 16th, the sun is in Leo at 24 degrees. It's prompting you to stay on task. You need to be diligent to accomplish your goals, and patience is key. Knowledge is power as well. Now Mercury, the planet of communication and skills, it's in Virgo, and it's going to be squaring, which is your area of career, and it's going to be squaring the North Node in Gemini, as well as the South Node in Sagittarius. So it's squaring your image with the relationships you harbor in career. So you and some of the relationships you harbor in career are not vibing. Either they're nitpicking you or you're nitpicking them, one or the other. And you guys are going to have to need to find some balance there, okay, on the 16th, especially if you have any placements within, I would say, that series in the North Node clashing with Mercury are in the early degrees. So I would say maybe up through 8 degrees or something like that, because the North Node is, yeah, they're in the early degrees. They're not even past 10. So, between that 0 and 10 degrees, you're going to need to watch out for those squares if you have them in Gemini, Sagittarius, or even Virgo, okay? Also on Monday, Venus enters Libra at 0 degree, okay? Be mindful of how willing you are to go to protect friends and family members. You don't want to get in an altercation because of your dedication to them. With Venus there, try not to use money as a way to express your love, because you might find yourself taken advantage of. Now let's talk about what you're going to be experiencing with Venus in Libra for the next 30 days. And I say the next 30 days because the sign Venus, as it moves, it's got to move all the way through Libra. So it's got to go through 29 degrees, from 0 to 29. As it moves through and hits your nodes, that's when it'll start affecting you the closer it gets to your nodes. And it's going to be about 29 days, because the sign moves, the planet moves 1 degree per day. Venus does. So let's talk about what you're going to be experiencing basically starting on Monday from the next 30 days from there. Now, with Venus coming into your sector of friends, goals, and social groups, social contacts, and things like that, you're going to have blessings communicated to you through your networks of people, through maybe even a sibling as well. And that's where, that's even better, because that'll be Venus trining Jupiter. So this is lucky opportunities for money coming through friends, lucky opportunities to go and hang out with friends and have fun. The relationships you harbor are really gonna shine through for you, and some even push you to your North Node, because the North Node is in Gemini, and that is trining Jupiter, as well as Venus in Libra, okay? So you'll be dealing with that for the next 30 days, that goodness coming from the relationships you harbor, whether it's friends, whether it's siblings, people within your networks of people around your neighborhoods and things like that, community. That's going to work out for you. Now, as far as the assistance and the opportunities for the next 30 days, you can look to they're coming directly to you from friends, and they're because of what you think. They're because of what you preach. They're because of your education. They're because of the skills you harbor. You're getting assistance from people that are friends even at a distance from you, okay? So you can expect that for the next 30 days. Now, starting Monday. Now, as well, you can expect those energies, but once it gets ready to hit your nodes, that's when you'll really feel it. Now, as far as the friction, with your friends, with that sector, your relationships and things like that, you already have friction as far as money and shared finances and things you're passionate about and things like that. But with Venus coming there, helping you to accomplish your goals and things like that, you might find that when you get money goals accomplished, you overspend. So you want to be very mindful of that. If it's not that, it could purely be people, they could either, bring you some sort of delays or challenges as far as money. Like if they owe you some money or something like that, you could see some delays or some challenges with that. How you go about making money, they might not see it as the right way, especially with the South Node being in your sign. So, you just want to watch out for that. But Venus is there, and it's cooling things off for you, and it's bringing those resources your way now, since it's aspecting with Venus. Now, that's on Monday, but that's going throughout the 30-day period, like I said. Now, on Tuesday, August the 17th, this is a single transit. The sun is in Leo at 25 degrees. So if you have any aspects between 21 and I would say 28 degrees, this will aspect you more heavily. There are always people behind the scenes that are going to want to cause you strife or undermine you because of your education and skills, because of what it is you think and preach, because that's where the sun is right now. It's highlighting that for you on Tuesday. Okay, try not to exhaust your resources behind the scenes as it pertains to work, health, daily routines, and where you are of service to others. Try not to argue with anybody. Try not to spread any delusions about anybody, any gossip about anybody. You could find shockingly that behind the scenes somebody is doing that to you, and you would be very surprised with at the person that you work with or that you deal with during your daily routines, who is actually talking crap about you, basically. I mean, about what it is you think, what it is you preach, spreading lies about you behind the scenes. So just know that that's around. In addition to that, if you're traveling and it's long distance travel, beware if you're traveling around or near water. Okay, just be mindful. Okay, you might see some snags, delays, or you might even hurt yourself. So watch out for that. Now on Tuesday, Leo, the sun of what you think and what you preach, is trining Aries, romance, creative endeavors, and children. So your works could be highlighted even at a distance from you. A love partner could come to visit you, or you could come to visit them. You could travel with your children to see your children. And that might be something that people behind the scenes are trying to undermine you because of that goodness that you have aspecting on Tuesday. All right. Now on Wednesday, the 18th, the sun is in Leo at 26 degrees. Be very mindful of your temper because things can go too far, much further than you'd like them to go, especially with the planet Jupiter semi-squaring Chiron and Aries. So your communication, siblings, short distance travel, your networks of people, your neighbors and things like that, it's semi-squaring romance, creative endeavors, and children. What you think and what you preach. Okay, your image can be easily tarnished if you find yourself going overboard with the pleasures afforded you because of life, your hard work, the esteem you've built with colleagues, friends, and peers, and things like that. With that square there, you could say, for instance, you could be in a relationship, but someone else around you that you're around now in your networks of people or your community or that you're working with, they like you too. Okay, and you kind of flirt and give in to that a little. That's going to tarnish your image, because you're going overboard. Okay, if you take someone's assistance or opportunities and you take them for granted, or you ask for too much, you could definitely find yourself at an impasse, so don't press your luck, basically. Okay, overindulgence is frowned on in all forms, whether it's with a sibling, whether it's within your community, whether it's with a lover. You could tarnish your image with any of them. Okay, substances, gluttony, money, any of those things can be an issue on Wednesday. Okay, along with you watching your temper. All right, so be mindful of that. Now on Thursday, August the 19th, the sun is in Leo at 27 degrees. If you have any aspects between 24 and I would say even going into Virgo at 0 degrees, this is going to aspect you more so. This is a great day for balance because of the favorable aspect of the sun. But Mercury is also conjunct in Mars. Mercury is also conjunct Mars in Virgo, your sector of career. So challenges in communication and skills, or challenges with your skills in career, can come about. Okay, it can definitely be, you and some of the relationships you harbor, you might get into some arguments or something like that. You might have some misunderstandings with people you work with, some snags, some delays. So be mindful of that if you have any placements within 24 to 29 degrees. Okay, Try not to be overcritical of others if they don't seem as on the ball as you are. Okay, remember that. Virgo is your sector of career, and that is where you are critical. All right. Now, at the same time on this day where you can see those misunderstandings, those snags in communication, Uranus is going retrograde in Taurus. Now, this is going to be more than a one-day transit because Uranus is in Taurus until 2026. It's been there going forward. Now it's going retrograde again, okay? And because it's going retrograde at 14 degrees, if you have any aspects between 11 and 17, this is going to hit you first. You're going to feel it the most. And then it's going to start going backwards and start hitting the other degrees. So as the days go on, it'll get closer and closer to wherever you are aspected for that degree of Taurus. Now, this is about past shocks and surprises coming back to affect your personal finances and resources. It's a time where you can shockingly increase your worth due to what you've learned. But on the contrary, like I said, if you square this angle, challenges can pop up and come back from the past. Now, this is your area of work, health, daily routines, and where you are of service to other people. Okay, so if you have any blessings come in, those are going to be strictly due to career, and they're going to come in as far as monetary resources and personal finances. Okay, so you could have those personal finances come in as a blessing by you being of service to others, okay, or resources coming in through health because of work. Maybe even some of you have been there for 3 months or 90 days and now you get your health benefits and things like that. Okay, as far as the assistance and opportunities that are coming back from the past that can shock you, it's going to be due to home and family. So maybe you even get a chance to work for someone or be of service to someone in home and family, and it surprises you. Maybe even for health. Someone gets sick. Now they're like, okay, can you take care of me? Yeah, I can take care of you. I can pay you this amount of money, or we can fill out this form from the state and they'll pay me for taking care of you. That kind of shocking stuff can pop up for you at this time. So your and it's also affecting your shared finances. So that makes sense. Shared finances, endings, new beginnings, sex, intimacy, and rebirth. So somebody at work, you'd be shocked to find you might get an offer or a love offer from someone at work, or somebody likes you at work or wants to sleep with you at work. So and you would be surprised to find out who it is, but that can pop up for you as well, because that's another area of assistance and opportunities to you. Shared finances, sex, intimacy, death, rebirth, and things like that, and things that you're passionate about. So don't let your passions get too out of hand. Now, as far as the friction, you can see past shocks and surprises popping up to throw you for a jolt. Those can come from siblings. Those can come from neighbors, community, people around you, your networks of people that you deal with on a daily basis, especially people that you work with. They can come back with a melee and they can shock you. Luckily, Jupiter is still there, so that's helping out a bit because it's there in your sector of communication. Siblings, short distance travel, and your networks of people. So it can't be too bad for you. Now, as far as your long distance travel, education and skills, and your networks of people, that right there can, give you some issues. People disagreeing with you at work. You getting into arguments with people at work. When you're traveling back and forth to work, you can see car issues, or you can see delays if you're traveling for work for a long distance. Say you took a plane, maybe your plane gets delayed. You can see those types of challenges between work, health, daily routines, and where you are of service to others as far as long distance travel, what you think and what you preach, and your education and skills. Okay, so at work, you're going to have some shocks and surprises and some pop-ups that can create delays or snags for you for the next quite some time. That's where it's going to be, but they're just going to be in the past right now. So let's go to Friday, because this is a single transit on Friday. The sun is in Leo at 28 degrees, opposing Jupiter in Aquarius, illuminating opportunities. You can find yourself very optimistic, but try not to be too pushy or self-centered. Now, this Leo is your area of education and skills, what you think and what you preach. And it's directly opposite siblings, short distance travel, your networks of people and things like that. So you could find or get some communication sent to you or brought to you that's very optimistic, but it's telling you just not to get the big head and not get too inflated or go overboard. Now on Friday is a really good day because not only is that going on, but Mercury is trining Uranus and Taurus around that 14-degree mark. So that means your work, health, daily routines, and where you are of service to others is trining career. So some blessing is coming to you in career, health, where you're of service to others, or something of that nature. It could even be a small pet. You might even buy a small pet. Somebody at work says, hey, I got this dog or cat and I can't find a home, or she had kittens. Can you take one? And you're like, oh, I love kittens. Thanks. It's a blessing. It could be something like that as well, just because small pets are aspected. Or if you're even taking care of a small pet, the health of your pet can get better. Now, in addition to that, on Friday, Aquarius is trining, the moon in Aquarius conjunct Saturn is trining Venus in Libra, as well as Ceres and the North Node in Gemini. So the North Node and Ceres, win-win situations that are forging you towards your North Node, is in your sector of relationships and open enemies. So it's bringing you into relationships that are forging you toward your North Node and your highest aspirations. And a blessing could come to you on Friday because of those friends and the goals that you guys harbor together. Something could be communicated to you. A goal can be accomplished even through your networks of people. Okay, so be very, very mindful of that aspect in you as well. Now, so that's on Friday. So Friday is a very good day for wonderful things to happen. Now, on Saturday, August the 21st, the sun is in Leo at 29 degrees. Please don't talk about it. Be about it. That's a day that you don't want to sit around complaining. You want to put grounded and sensible plans. It's a train. You can put grounded and sensible plans into action. The moon in Aquarius squares Uranus and Taurus, though. So spending or exhausting your resources certainly won't solve any problems, okay? So try not to be too needy or act impulsively when it comes to your personal finances or as it pertains to your resources. You want to be very, very mindful of that. And this is your area of, like I said, your area of communication, siblings, and short distance travel could be squaring things at work. So people at work talking about you, you getting into an argument with somebody at work, you having snags in transportation on the way to work. Any of those things can be aspecting you on Saturday. So let's talk about your cards now. Your week is being permeated with the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords talks about a mentor. It talks about a page is bringing something to you, some type of word, some type of advice. It could come in the mail, it could come by word of mouth, it could come by an email, it could come by a text message, but the page is bringing you some type of advice. This could be a helpful mentor, but regardless of what he's bringing you, you need to take that information and do something else with it. And you need to keep your wits about you, because either something is left out or they're giving you the information, but it's kind of like all over the place and kind of flighty. So you got to kind of take the information and use it how it's best suited for you. Okay, so you got that page coming in. It might be about a water sign person, about the wish fulfillment that you want with them, or it could just be a wish that you're trying to bring about, that you want to fulfill, that's going to make you emotionally fulfilled. And this page is coming in to give you advice as to how to do that. Now, in addition to that, you have the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles says that you're balancing your money. You're balancing either you're balancing a relationship, some money, some resources, or something like that. The reason I say that you're balancing money is because you got the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles, you can see on the card, that man is looking down at his investments. He's looking down at what he has invested already in a situation, or what money he has to do with what he wants to do with it. Okay, so you're balancing your pentacles and you're looking at your investments this week. In addition to that, it's going to be investments that have to do with some type of partnership, some type of teamwork, some type of investment you've made in this team that you might be looking over, because that's the creative teamwork card. That's celebrations within a team. Okay, maybe you're trying to balance the energies within a team and looking at the investments of who stays and who goes. But either way, you're going to have to use your clear thinking and intellect to get through that, because the King of Swords is clear in his thinking. He's a problem solver. He's strategic. And that's what it is asking you to do or to be within this group. Okay, especially as it pertains to your money and resources, or balancing the investments within it. Okay, that's going to be important for you, that you're going to be doing that this week, and that page might be coming to give you advice as to that as well. On the other side, you might be you might be an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, moon or rising person. And it's the same thing. It's basically just telling you to look at your investments, okay? Or what you have invested in this team before you make any decisions, okay? Now, you also have another situation. Some shock is coming to you. Some surprise, all right? It could be something that you've been waiting for, that you've been wanting to make a decision about, okay? This decision is about some type of new friends. This decision is either about some type of new friends coming in the picture, a new relationship coming in the picture, or some type of fling that you had or that you're thinking about having. You're thinking about either having this fling, or somebody brings you the offer to have the fling and you're thinking about doing it. Okay? So those are that's what's aspecting you as well this week. Now, the last cards that are aspecting you this week are the Devil card, which is some type of unhealthy relationship, some type of obsession, or it has to do with a Capricorn person, sun, moon, or rising. Okay? Your world is changing. Okay? Now, with your world changing, let's see. A Capricorn could be entering your world and changing it. Okay? And bringing you through this test of faith that you've had. This also could be asking you not to use drugs or substances, okay, to get through, the process of your world changing, okay? Because this 9 of Swords or 9 of Wands talks about persistence and courage and a test of faith. There being a lot of activity and accelerated work, okay? Because you're trying to change your world, and you might even be obsessed with changing your world. So you're going through all of this work and obsessing over it, okay? And your faith is being tested, but you got to hang in there, okay? All right? But just mind the vices you use while you're going through this process, okay? And try not to be too obsessed with it to where you're coming down on other people if they're not meeting your expectations, okay? All right? You want to be very mindful of that this week. So thank you so much, Sagittarius. I love you guys. Many blessings to you, and I'll see you next week. Bye now.